Elon Musk. This is Joseph Andrew Jensen Sr. I'm a Reverend Joseph Andrew Jensen Sr. Anyway, I'm here. I've tried to negotiate with you and talk to you. You sent me things of Meta Owl, all kinds of things. But now let's get on with the conversation we had with Meta Owl. I don't want to talk about that, but it's about the GODScoin. It's time for the GODScoin. I'm going to offer you $19 quintillion, 1.9 E to the 19th power in GODScoin. You don't have. I don't want any paperwork. I don't want any. I don't want your business. I don't want to stop you from doing anything. You're just going to run. Your money's going to run the GODScoin bank. Okay? You have $409 billion. I'm going to give you $19 quintillion in GODScoins. GODScoins will be worth $100,000 a piece. Okay? I'm distributing it to everybody in the world. Okay? Now, GODScoin, if you're interested, so you can make this happen, you can make this work. I'm giving the same offer to Satoshi Nakamoto and Bitcoin, all the 106 Bitcoin owners. 100 GODScoin per Bitcoin. Okay? We can make this thing work. I'm distributing GODScoin to the whole world. It's not a currency. It is a share. My bank will deliver the money. The problem with it is in the United States, the GODScoins are going to cost the Americans $100,000 a piece. That's what I'm charging the United States for. I'm starting in Egypt, Burundi, and Palestine. Bitcoin, when I get the Bitcoin trade, it's going, all the Bitcoin, 20 million in Bitcoin, are going to be handed out to between the Palestinians and the Burundians and the Egyptians. Okay, if there's any left in the Egyptians. Those countries only are going to be able to get the GODScoin. No other countries. When they're highlighted green, the rest of the world will be highlighted red. Because it's my commodity, it's GODScoin. I represent God. God's buying this world. He's going to make everybody in this world a millionaire, starting with Egypt, Burundi, and Palestine. I'm simply going to take the Bitcoin and divide it, give everybody on the Gaza Strip 100 Bitcoin. Everybody else is in Palestinians will get 10 Bitcoin. And they'll get GODScoin as well. This is what I'm doing with I'm dividing the money. Your $409 billion, it doesn't have to be immediate. You just got to keep sending it to my bank, the required amounts. Now, there's 160 million people in Egypt that'll be working for me, and they're earning one GODScoin per month. Warwick, who earns up 5 GODScoins per month, okay, at $100,000 a piece. So you figure that out. That's $1,200,000 per year salary for a base salary. Warwick's getting 5 times that. Okay. Supervisors get 3. Bank managers get 4. A bank president, like Warwick will be in Giza, he gets 5. And a regular associate will get 1 GODScoin per month. Everybody. Even all your employees. can start earning GODScoin. Everybody that works for you can start earning GODScoin. Eventually, I'll be paying the salaries. That salary I'm just mentioning, that's what I pay to people. You understand? When I give you GODScoin, GODScoin is dated. You got 20 years to use it or lose it. Okay? It's all dated. It's not a Bitcoin. It's not a currency. It is a share. All I do is write down the numbers, and I add 1 GODScoin, 4 GODScoins, whatever. If we hire somebody that's retarded or somebody that's handicapped, we earn more. That we work in teams. Everybody in this world will be working for God and their God's services. God's not playing around now. He played around too long. Now you're not even sure about God. Well, rest assured that God lives between your ears. God lives inside you. He shares every breath you have and every heartbeat you have. And you didn't get anywhere as close to being where you are now with SpaceX and Tesla and the number of things that you've done in your life without God. I didn't get where I am without God. Of course, I'm totally broke. So, I mean, I've used your name in public several times, on YouTube several times, and I'll continue that. Sue me. But you want to help me, I'll help you. God wants this world, and you're part of it. The reason you have Tesla, the reason why you have SpaceX, the reason you are now, because it started many years ago. Go back and think about it. Go back and think about it. God's been with you from the beginning. He's had plans for you since the beginning. There's more people in this than just you. There's Jeff Bezos. There's Satoshi Nakamoto. There's Bill and Melinda Gates. Even Donald Trump. Okay? These are the chosen people that God's been working with all these years. You're just now learning what it's all about. We need to talk. We need to talk seriously. We're talking about you're going to earn $19 quintillion. That's 1.9 E to the 19th GODScoin. Of course, I'll get a duplicate of that. We both have 20 years to use it or lose it, but I'm paying the world their salaries. You don't even have to pay your people anymore. I'll pay them their wages, and they'll be working with you. Everybody in my in God's service is a student. They're there to learn and become the best. I don't care if you're the president. I don't care if you're the vice president or manager. You think you know what you're doing. You're going to be still a student. Okay? If you're not a student, you're a teacher. You're still going to spend the same amount of time in classes. Regardless. Why? Because I'm paying you. Does that make sense? Of course, a person like you, you're not responsible to teach everybody. You're just required to teach the few that are up there in the top with you, your key components, people. And they'll earn 5 GODScoins a piece. You talk about 5 GODScoins, $500,000 per month. You know what I'm saying? That's a lot of money. But you got inventors with you. We got to straighten this mess out. I hate these the way this thing works. We got to have a cell phone that is basic to us. In other words, no data collection, only facial recognition, voice recognition, fingerprint identification, and hand geometry. Then the bank can add it, passwords or whatever, but that's what people will use to vote by. But these phones got to be your phones, or any phone I get, whether it's an Apple or yours, have to be sensitive to the owner. We got the fingerprint. You got the fingerprints, so why not make it sensitive to our touch, our voice, our facial recognition? No more two-factor verification. I don't play that game. You're not going to justify any job, and it's a third party. I was a crane operator for 35 years. Nobody came between my levers but God. Now this is not going to happen. You know, you drive your car and you texting and stuff like that. You're not driving that car. If you're accepting calls, it should be between you and God. Your money's between you and God. Nobody has business doing any data collection, transferring data, and it will stop. Everybody that gets a GODScoin from me throughout this world, which I plan to get 9 billion out before 2025 is over, 9 billion accounts open. And when these 9 billion accounts do get open, the only countries that will get that will be able to cash them are the poorest countries first, starting with Palestine, Burundi, and Egypt. Egypt is only because I'm making my headquarters there in Giza. Okay, you need to get this. I'm making this short. I'm gonna post it on YouTube. Maybe those other people will get you on there, but this is the deal. 1.9 E to the 19th power in GODScoiln. Then all you got to do is dedicate your $400 billion. I ain't worried about the 9 billion, but your loose change. And you're going to put that behind the people in my bank, the salaries that I have to pay. That's where the money's coming from. As far as Palestine goes, they will get the real Bitcoin plus the GODScoiln. Burundi will too. They'll get the first physical, and Egypt, hopefully. If there's enough, Egypt will get the first Bitcoin. That's $105,000 or plus each physical money. Again, I'm not allowing any other country to get GODScoiln. You can get GODScoiln all you want, but you can't cash it. Not until it's your turn. We're starting with the lowest countries first. All of Africa will be first. You're from Africa, so you know it's a poor country. So that's going to be first. 1.4 billion people in Africa. Actually, the whole southern hemisphere. That includes Oceania with Australia. That's including South America. You understand? Central America too. The northern hemisphere is going to be totally out of it. You're not going to get it to last. But we need to talk. Please call me. Call me when you get this, when you hear this. I'm going to put it on public. Sue me. It makes no difference. I ain't got nothing to sue. But this is what God wants. You are able to make it possible, but God's come back. Because how can any religion, if God lives in me and he lives in you and lives in everybody, how can any religion be killing? The killing. They kill God to kill God to kill anybody. You can't kill, you can't steal. So how do you call yourself a religion if you're a bunch of murdering thieves? No, that doesn't work. I went to Palestine. I tried to stop that fight, but I ended up in the hospital. I've been around. And let's talk. Get in touch with me, please. My number, 843-625-1558. 843-625-1558. Again, 843-625-1558. Call me. Encrypted, WhatsApp, whatever you want to do. For that matter, fly out here. It'd be worth your time, worth your while if you want to be a quintrillionaire. We need this But who's going to go against God? It's your guys. It's everybody's choice in this whole world. And that's either put your money where your mouth is. You know, it's not really that way. It's accepting God. It's not we're not asking for money. We're giving you far more money than you giving us. 46 times more money than you give me. 46 and a half times your $409 billion I'm giving you in 19 quintillion dollars. So you think about it. You're never going to go broke. You have the money to do everything. And you won't even have to pay your employees. I'll pay them. But it doesn't want you to stop anything. Doesn't want any paperwork. I don't want your business. I don't want nothing to do with you. I just want... I do have a GODScoiln bank for you to build. And then you'll be paid in GODScoiln for it. Either out of what I settle with. I estimate that it's going to be a 200 wide, 5 across by 24 feet times 10. The bank's going to be 240 feet by 200 across. That's 540 footers across. At 100,000 piece, that's $500,000 times 10. Okay, that's what we're looking at. So you're going to build them in Boxville. It's a bank, 3 stories. Okay, I'm going to go now. But we got to negotiate. This is the biggest negotiation. This is what you was born for, believe it or not. This is why you was born in South Africa. Why you are where you are right now. I can testify to that. That's the reason I'm talking to you too. I've been around. Like I said, the other ones, God's manipulated their lives as well. The ones I mentioned. Jeff Bezos, Satoshi Nakamoto, Bill Gates, Bill and Melinda Gates, Donald Trump. Let's talk. I live in Florence, South Carolina, Johnsonville, South Carolina. We can arrange and we can see each other. Please. I'll be in Egypt. Living in Cairo, Egypt in 2 weeks for now. Permanently. Then we'd have to negotiate from there. But we will negotiate. Okay? The whole world will become millionaires under God. God lives in us. No question about it, and we're not even thinking about it. He shares your breath. He shares your heartbeat. And He created you. Everything you've ever done, God's been with you. You grew up together with God. You both were born at the same time. When your father left his donation with your mother and you was conceived, God made His donation, and that was life. That life is right there inside you. That's give you every hiccup, give you everything you say and every heartbeat. Okay, I'm gonna go.